Hello there.
Hello there.
All right, let's jump into it.
Okay. Okay, let's get started.
Yeah, we know what we're talking about.
So why is Twitch now becoming a cam horse site? Is it
Uh,
are they desperate for money, or is it quite honestly that Amazon must be desperate for money, or Twitch must be desperate for money? That's the only reason I can think them being lax on that.
yes.
Maybe
Or
they're losing. Maybe they're losing a lot more view. Maybe they're losing a lot to Rumble and Kick than they're
yeah,
willing to admit.
yeah. Or maybe they're horny. But I think the first one is certainly
Well, the
more
mod,
obvious.
well, the mod. I've heard rumors that the mods, the people that the mod community, they were basically a bunch of simps that basically came into were basically watching. I think like Anaraf or Pokimane streams all the time. To be fair, that's what I've heard anyway.
Yeah. I mean, if there's people out there that don't realize that by now, there's no
Well,
hope
the
for
fact
them.
that half the mods are
It's
actually fucking
obvious.
female streamers. To be fair, Twitch hasn't really been a gaming site in years. It's mainly been a Twitch. Did people think Twitch started off as a gaming site? It didn't really. Let's be real here. It started off as a vlog, one guy's vlog, online vlog or live stream vlog.
Hmm.
Started as
Poss-
Justin TV, and then
yeah.
it over time it became its own little part of the internet.
Yeah.
Yep. So what else is new?
Not much. It's just same old, same old.
Yep.
Yeah, so apparently Netflix is allowing its subscribers to play GTA somehow.
Yeah, I've heard Netflix have been developing their own games for a while, like that for a while now. It seems to be going well for them. I can see. I'm just going to be honest. From what I see here, right? I'm not saying it's going to happen in the next 1 year. It's going to happen this year. I'm saying in the next 5 to 10 years. Don't be surprised if Microsoft acquires Netflix simply just to merge it with Game Pass and create like a behemoth of a subscription service. Because what's cool, like people love games, right? And people
Oh
love
yeah,
TV and
absolutely.
movie. Merge the two of them together. You have live TV. Let's say this for Amazon, right? Amazon's got its own game division, right? You have all. Why not put all those games on Amazon Prime Video, right? You've got movies, you've got live sports, and you've got gaming and TV shows. That's something that's a big. Sony's got something. Sony's got a massive catalog. They've got a shitload of movies, right? They also own one of the biggest anime platforms in the Western world, if not one of the biggest, even in the West and in Asia. If they were to merge that, if they were to merge that with a streaming platform, it would be very big. Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be pretty interesting to see.
yeah. So, how long do you think? How do you think there's any way for Disney to recover?
Well, there is only one way, but it's going to be quite the journey, I'd say.
Do you? I personally think it comes to there's two options here. Either Musk takes a controlling stake in the company and tries to take the company private to do it, take it. Either Musk takes a controlling stake and helps steer it in the right direction and sacks a lot of people, or or this is the other option. They just sell the company and break it up into scraps. So let's say maybe they spin off the freaking cruise line and hotel business into one company, right? Or two different companies, and they sell the media division to Apple.
Hmm.
That's the only two options. Either Musk takes the entire company and tries to rebuild it, or, quite frankly, they sell the company to Apple. Apple takes what it wants and then fucking abandons the rest. Because I don't see Apple getting into hotels, and I don't see them getting into theme parks.
Yo, what's up?
Not much.
Not
What
much.
are you guys talking about?
Talking about
Disney.
the future, Disney's future,
Yeah.
and we talked about how Twitch is becoming a cam war site.
That's crazy.
Literally, now you can be artistically
You
nude.
can artistically nude. They don't seem to be getting a lot of good praise from this, to be fair. They seem to be getting shouted at.
So, like, bro, I'm not saying I would do it. So, but if I wanted, actually, no, they probably kick me off the website.
They would kick you off. It's
Yeah.
mainly just women.
Like,
So we went from
hey,
we went from respecting women to treating them as sex objects overnight.
how did we go from that? I thought that's what feminism
That
was.
is just sad.
Yeah.
I thought that's what
We went from
feminism was
respecting
for.
women and having common decency for them, and to them, we basically just treating them like fucking borderline prostitutes.
But how? I thought that's what feminism was for. To treat women with respect.
No, they just want to be treated like a hoe. That's basically what feminism is. That even modern feminists, even feminists from back then, they'd be disgraced with the state that feminism is.
They would. They really would. It's just like, bro,
Yeah.
We did not fight here for equal right. We did not fight to be some glorified freaking sex object.
that's what they fought against.
And yet they're becoming what they hate.
The despise.
Ever thought that literally we hate Republicans hate the Dems so much, right? Ever thought that maybe they're secretly becoming them?
Oh.
The Republicans becoming the Dems.
Really?
They hate them so much. The Republicans hate the Dems so much that what have they become? What have they over time become what they hate?
Wow, never really
Right.
thought of that.
Yeah.
You think that'll actually happen?
Remember, Republicans were one of the party fighting for the black people on that. They fought against slavery, while the Democrats at that time, they were fighting to keep it. Yeah, which is quite funny. Yet they say, "Oh, the party changed. The party changed." Not so much. Not so much. Now the Democrats are the party for the freaking rich, and the Republicans are the party for the poor, which is quite funny.
That is
The platforms have changed. Republicans are the one for like equal for freedom of rights, when in the past the Democrats would have been for that.
So pretty much, hold on. The roles reversed between Dems and Republicans.
Republicans were the ones that stopped that tried to get rid of slavery. Yet they would have you believe that the Democrats did that. The Dems used to be a party for like freedom of expression and that now they're not. Now they're against that. Now the Republicans are the party for like expression and freedom to an extent, which is quite interesting. It's mad, but it's true.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It sure is.
But yo, guys, should we get on the Twitch action?
No.
No.
I feel for any woman. Like, this is just borderline going to get, like, no offense, but I don't think they thought this fucking through, right?
No.
If they don't monitor this correctly, they could be facing a freaking They could be facing a freaking class action lawsuit from parents on the both sides of the fucking aisle. Like, I was like,
Good grief.
if they don't protect kids in that, because don't they have a responsibility? I think the EU tends to go very hard on the fact of protecting kids, right? To an extent, as much as I freaking despise the EU, they do go on the thing about protecting kids, right, from certain images, right, or certain types of content, right?
Yeah.
If they don't monitor this correctly and they don't put in guardrails, this is a class action lawsuit waiting to happen and the EU government might even intervene as well.
They're gonna lose billions.
I don't think they thought it through. Like, they're risking a class action lawsuit. Like, because let's say I can just see a bunch of Christian Republicans, right? But literally, their kid got exposed to this type of content, right, on Twitch, right? Or even some very left wing liberal, right, got exposed to this content, right? Like, just randomly search something on the thing and it gets exposed, right? They got exposed to it. I can just see them doing a class action lawsuit or suing them. Only time will tell, but I don't think this is going to end well for them.
It's definitely not. Yo, some people are even making like nude animations on Twitch too.
Yeah, apparently,
What?
apparently you can't do animations, but you can show the real body, the top half of the body. Yeah, so they're not allowing and they're not allowing glorified thingy, but again, they must be desperate. Well, why would you turn your site into a cam war site?
I
Twitch
don't
has
know.
practically become a cam war site, to be honest. It's basically OnlyFans adjacent.
You know why? You know why they did that? So they can keep men weak and jerking off.
I
Yeah.
think that's one of the things. Yeah,
That's probably that's one of the reasons.
that and the. And...
One, the
Why do they just?
combination.
Can I be honest? Why are they just merging Twitch with Amazon Prime Video?
Oh, wait, I'm thinking a combination Pornhub, OnlyFans, X Hamster kind of shit.
You know?
Why don't? No, I'm honestly serious. Why don't they just merge? If Twitch is failing that bad, why not just merge it into Prime Video and you can watch on Prime Video? You can watch live streamers and that on the content right there. Instead of you pay and they can still advertise on it like that, right? They just have all the Twitch content there on Prime Video, right? You just have to. I suppose you had to monitor what stuff you want to put on there, but it can't be much different. I'm putting. To be fair, like you be able to buy movies, you'd be able to watch. That's probably going to be a bigger option. That's probably going to be bigger than what you would get on Twitch, ain't it? Because effectively, you'd be tapping into Amazon's how many members do they have? Streaming members do they have? People watching their streaming platform. You get tap into all that.
Did Alex Jones always have 1.8 million followers on X?
Probably. Alex Jones was heavily censored even on Twitch, on Twitter back then. The guy, people love and hate him, but the guy fucking showed proof of Bohemian Grove. Them doing a freaking seance, some dark demon seance.
Oh, really?
Yeah, look it up. Alex Jones, Bohemian Grove. I think him or one of his guys got live recorded footage in Bohemian Grove, which is mad. Because that's extremely.
Wow. So, what do you think? What do you think of him being back on Twitter? Is it a distraction or what do you think?
It is. It's a distraction. What happened? What happened the week after, or the week in the week, policy wise? Didn't the Democrats lose a massive policy thing, or the Republicans lost a massive policy thing? Right, there's a massive law thing, a Supreme Court ruling on that week, right? I think that was the main reason. It was to I don't think the Democrats or the Republicans were going to get the result they wanted, right? And they tried to distract from that. That's what I think it is, right? But I could be wrong.
Could be something else, but I definitely do think it's a distraction.
It's obviously a distraction.
Everything's a movie.
Yes, everything's a movie. The reason why they brought Alex Jones back was quite realistically, and the reason is because he's able to distract the main populace on what's actually truly going on. He's making them all these conspiracy theories and that, and he's allowing them to be. He's basically the distraction while they get pulling what they need to do. They couldn't have him back then, right? Because he was actually exposing them too much, right?
He still is.
He is, but they've got enough people in power where they can't do anything.
Right.
It was back then. It was kind of worrisome because they didn't have all the guys in power, right? They still had the American government, right, was still under the control, still freedom loving, right? Now, not so much. But Trump, to an extent, as much as I fucking despise his connections to Israel and the fact that he loves Israel so much, as much as I despise that, right? I plainly admitted that I would love to see an American president that is not up the arse of Israel. But I've got to admit, that's not going to happen in my lifetime. Honestly, I want a president that is American president, a UK prime minister is not up the wazoo of Israel. But deep down, I know I'm not going to get that because it's basically a country. Because the powers that be will never allow that.
I wonder what they say. I wonder what they have. I wonder what they have to say. I wonder what like the higher powers say that you have to say about Israel. Like, do they have to say like you have to support Israel at all times?
You have to support them all times. You can never criticize them. If you ever criticize the operation, ever criticize them on Palestine, you're basically a terrorist. On their definition. Have you seen, like, I've seen videos of prime ministers in Europe basically calling Israel out on their shit, right? And they've been getting freaking blowback by them. By the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, which Israel used as a blowtorch which Israel used as a way to basically freaking take control of the entire freedom of speech. The ADL is a Jewish organization. It's an organization that basically hates freedom of speech, hates people giving opinion, even if they don't like it. I've admitted, I don't have anything wrong against the everyday Jewish people. I just want people to be critical. I just want to see a government criticize these people. I'm neutral. I just want to see Israel be criticized for what they've done.
Pretty much, yeah. Like what you're trying to say is that, like, you know, you're not mad at the people. You're just mad at
I'm mad at the freaking Israel government.
Yeah,
exactly.
I know what they've done. They attacked on 9/11. They had some involvement in 9/11.
But you won't hear people saying
But
anything
you're never
about
going to hear
that.
that said. It's been blatantly obvious. Not to mention Mossad's connection to fucking Jeffrey Epstein, the known sex offender.
Well, hold on.
Eddie Barak, two Israeli prime ministers had connections to Epstein on his phone number. Basically, he was. I think it's fair to say that even you guys have to admit that Epstein was probably an Israeli asset. There's too much connections to say otherwise.
Yeah, we just know way too much about that. How can we ignore it? We can't.
Even everybody knows that Clinton was basically run by Israel, right? Like, we don't realize that they were basically he basically helped give the Russians and give Israel basically nuclear weapons. He's one of the reasons why Israel has nuclear weapons. That's one of the reasons why some of the Republicans despise him so much, because you gave them nuclear weapons of mass destruction. And there's probably some involvement where we basically gave where Americans helped give, I think, was the Russians nuclear weapons as well, if I'm being honest. But yeah, I doubt I'm ever going to see a president that is semi-critical of Israel or the state. But I digest.
There's that guy Vivek. What's his name?
He, to an extent, is still critical. He's still a pawn of Israel. I'm going to admit to myself, you're never going to see a president that is ever going to be critical of Israel. If there is ever someone that's critical of Israel, they'll vote the guy out. They'll never get him. They'll bankroll some other bastard to take the guy out and never get him to run. I don't remember Trump being so proponent of Israel all the time last time. Don't get me wrong. I like Trump on everything else, right? His economic policies, everything else. My only stance is I wish he would take a harder stance against Israel, but I know that's never going to happen.
Like, hold on. I don't even remember him, like, you know, saying anything about Israel during his run.
He said something about, like, if you hate, he's taking the stance of, like, if he's heavily on the stance of, like, he's saying if you, like, he's heavily against Muslims and anybody that is, yeah. I looked into it. He's heavily
like
he's basically said he's going to deport anybody that all the stuff with the Muslim Palestine protests, right?
So wait, hold on.
He's basically wanting to deport any foreigner that did that protest and that, right? He's basically going to deport you and get you out of America.
Oh wait, even like Muslim converts too?
Yes, he wants anybody that protested about Israel in basically out of the country. That's what I've heard anyway.
Oh wow!
He even said that's going on day one. That's what he's going to do. I'm going to get anybody that hates our country. We're going to get them out. Basically.
I mean, you know,
and he views these people as the people that protesting against Palestine.
I mean, yeah. If you hate the country, man, you know,
He's viewing these people that are protesting the atrocities that Palestine's doing, right? Israel's doing, and he's viewing them as the bad guys when really they're probably the good guys. If we're being honestly, they're libs, right? But you can't exactly say what Israel's doing is good, right? A couple of months ago, they were getting fucking criticized for bombing innocent people. Yet the ship's turned, which is weird.
I mean, I do agree with him on the if you hate the country, then you can get deported. I do agree on that because if you hate,
he's going to use. I think the way he's talking about that, he's going to use that as a way to basically blame Muslims are terror. All Muslims are terrorists. I mean, I don't honestly believe that. I believe that there are some good ones out there.
Yeah,
they're hardworking people. It's just the thing is.
There are definitely some hardworking.
They're still gonna. America is still looming from the fact that they still believe that this was done by that 9/11 was done by terror by Muslims and Arabs and that. But that's not really true. It was done by some CIA backed assets that were that race. They still assume that 9/11 was done by Arabs and Muslims and that, when that's not true. They still believe that, but it's not. It's clear as day not. I just feel, as much as I like Trump's policies, it's just there's some things I don't like. I don't want to see these Muslims get treated like outsiders and treated like they're terrorists.
Yeah,
because I feel like that's the way it's going, right? It looks like they're going to use that as a way to basically create a bigger security state, right? But they're also going to use this as a way to basically go after people that believe in Islam, right? You can even
I'm not gonna lie.
You've heard of Greg Wilders, right? The new guy that got elected, right? He's heavily against he wants to ban mosques.
Wait, hold on, wait. Who?
He wants to ban mosques.
Wait. Who got elected? What's his name?
I think it was Netherlands. Greg Wilders, right?
I think his name is Hert Velders.
I thought it was Wilders.
Wait, hold on.
Velders.
Let me.
I think it's the Dutch language is complicated. The G makes a H sound and the W makes a V sound. So Hert Velders.
He's also a Zionist.
Wait, hold on. Wait, Greg. Wait, hold on. Greg Wilders.
The Netherlands guy. What was Dutch?
The Dutch Prime Minister.
The new one, yeah.
Yes.
All the new. What's the common practice with all these new people that just got elected, right?
They're all Jewish.
Most of them. And they're big proponent of the big Zionists. We got a bunch of right wingers, but they're loyal to the state of Israel.
Wait, hold on. So Greg Wilders wants to ban mosques?
Yeah, so I've heard. Yeah, I think I remember him saying that.
Wait. In Dutch.
In the Netherlands,
yeah. Dutch, yeah, Netherlands, right? He basically in his country, right? He wants to basically ban mosques, stop religion, basically destroy their religion.
Okay, so wait, is he Christian?
No, Hert Velders is Jewish.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you're destroying. Well, in my opinion, you're destroying one false hope, and you're bringing another false. Okay, to me, they're both false, but the Jewish people, yeah.
We have our own opinions and values. Live by them however you like.
That's true.
People think I actually thought Malai was an interesting guy, but I realized he's just another WEF puppet. He's just another Israel puppet.
But I was gonna say this earlier. As for the Muslims, it's I think there are actually Muslims who do like Trump. They probably just disagree with him on that, obviously. And I would say
they're still going to vote on him. I think they're still going to vote him in, though.
I would say the Muslims who love the country, who work hard.
I don't think he's going to go after every one of them, but I think he's going to. I'm a little bit cautious with he's saying all these people that are protesting and that, right? This could be innocent people that are just protesting what they think is wrong, but what's going on in Israel is wrong. It is wrong.
I really wouldn't know how he would go after a convert who was born in the country, but
I don't. That's the thing I'm interested to see. I still think he needs to get elected, but
yeah,
it's not. doesn't make me not want to vote him in. I still want to vote him in, but I'm not. That's the only policy I'm kind of iffy on. I don't think it's right to go after people. I don't think it's right to go after Muslims, especially after all the years that they've been through. They've been, as much as I'm not even Muslim, right? But I'm not the biggest fan. But even I can see that the way they're going, right? The way it's going, it's like they're trying to make these people look like terrorists again.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Really, they're actually not bad people. They just want to have a good life.
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
That's why else do you think most of these country people came to this country, right? I also don't agree about all these people like coming to this country, right? The third world, right? If they want to come to this country, fine, but be willing to adopt this our ways of life. If not, then
risk. There is one man who probably would go against Israel.
What, you?
And who would that be?
No,
You?
not. Well, not me, but I was gonna say, even though he's not even running, Kanye West. I was gonna say him, but
Oh yeah.
Still, sadly, to an extent, he's still controlled.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean,
if you're not controlled by the freaking Bilderbergs, you're not controlled by the WEF, you're controlled by Israel. If you're not controlled by Israel, you're controlled by the defense industry. If you're not controlled by defense, you're controlled by pharma. If you're not controlled by pharma, you're controlled by the unions. If you're not controlled by unions, you're controlled by some other shady bastard figure. You might be an Illuminati puppet.
Otherwise, you're just useless.
Yeah. I've noticed this. If you're not if you don't support big pharma, I'm not the biggest fan of defense, right? I think maybe it's just me, but I don't think it's right to spend your citizens' fucking money, right, and send it to another fucking country. Maybe I'm the lunatic here, but maybe I'm a lunatic, and maybe the left will call me one. But I don't see the benefit to American citizens or British citizens in that, or UK citizens, in sending your tax money abroad to fucking Ukraine. I don't see the benefit. Oh, we get a war, right? What do we actually get out of this war, right? Apart from filling the industrial and defense industry's coffers.
I would say this.
I guarantee, once this war is done, we're going to hand that land over. If we win, we're going to hand that land over back to another fucking country. We're going to lose everything. So what do we get out of this?
Absolutely nothing. But I would say this.
Apart from basically filling BlackRock's coffers and giving them a free country.
Is going after the government of Israel technically going after Israel, or just like the government that governs?
The thing is, though, Israel's not even the major component. Israel's just a component, right? Israel is controlled by the Britain controls Israel, right, to an extent, right? Because remember, the Rothschild family of central banks,
right,
in Britain, they control a lot of the central world currencies, the world's like financial reserves, right? They control the French Federal Reserve. They control the British Federal Reserve. They control a lot of Africa. That's how they kept their. People think, the British Empire went away. No, it didn't. It just became a bank. We gave up all our land rights, right? But we still control our central banks. We still control their money supply. We still manage their money. We still have their gold. True. We didn't give up shit. We still have control. We control your finances. Who gives a fuck about land when you can bankrupt a country at your own will?
Yo, Risk. If I was president, like, what role would you play in all that?
Who knows? All I know is that you would need to freaking destroy the senior executive branch. You need to freaking the first policy I would do is I would pull out of the WHO, the World Health Organization. I'd pull out of the climate accords. I first of all I'd focus on trades that only benefit America and my country. I don't give a fuck about anybody else. Fuck them. They're already, as far as I'm concerned, they're already doomed. Get out of the WEF. Get out of the WHO. And if you ever see any American associated with that organization, arrest them on the grounds of treason. Any globalist that does that meets with the WEF, I would arrest them on war crimes, because the WEF to me is just a globalist coup. Anybody that says climate change is real climate change is real, I would arrest them as well for treason against humanity. Because climate change is a fucking scam. And I'll lay it out to you. Climate change is a scam. And the reason it's a scam is because, quite honestly, if it was real, right, why would the likes of Bill Gates, Larry Ellison, Jeff Bezos, Obama, Clintons, why would they be buying Oprah? Why would they be buying beachfront real estate right near the bloody ocean? Tell me this. Why would they? Why would they be buying heaps of property in Miami? If climate change was real, why would they be buying property? Because that property is just going to be sunk 20 years from now. The truth is, climate change is a scam. Like, nothing's changed. It's the same type of scam they were trying to pull in the 80s and 90s. It's just that they got, but the public is that fucking gullible and dumb. They believe it. So what policies would you do if you were president? That's a fun part. First of all, I would disband the FBI, disband the CIA. Second of all, I would impede. Second of all, I would get rid of. Second of all, I would suspend most production. Second of all, I would suspend production of selling arms to any foreign country. Any company caught selling arms to any foreign company would be penalised and basically face the possibility of losing their license to do business. Second of all, I would incentivize the companies. Second of all, I would incentivize businesses to build and in certain industries. Third of all, I would lower each company. If you have any companies under the control of the state, next I would sell most of that stuff off. Because in my opinion, I don't think the state should own anything. I don't think they should own anything. I don't think they should own banks. I don't think they should own telephone companies. I don't think they should own state ownership in anything. I think everything. I think they should have as little power as possible. That's just me.
Absolutely, yeah. Wait.
What else is there? What other policies would you guys enact?
What'd you say?
What other policies would you guys enact?
How about you, Jamie?
Well, there's a lot of things going for me. Don't know where to start, to be honest, because it's been ages thinking about this. Well, firstly, I would say.
Well, I would say. Oh, you go. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all right. So, firstly, what I would say, well, given the state of the two-party system, I would say we should allow the people to start their own parties, get into power, and allow collaboration amongst other parties, regardless of where they stand. Because the thing is, having multiple options is better than having no options at all. And also, go on.
Jamie, but we have that type of shit. We have that type of thing in this country, right? But we don't really have options, right? It's the illusion of choice. Even you guys, we have the illusion of choice.
Yes, but the thing is,
matter because the other parties, right? They're not big enough to oppose or do anything, right? They're basically puppet parties, right? Because in the UK, in Scotland at least, we have the SNP, right? We have Labour and we have Conservative, right? Green or Lib Dem, right? They're puppet parties. They're automatically going to back fucking SNP or back the biggest party, right? So it's not really freedom of choice, is it? If they back the SNP, right? Like, or basically other things, and then Conservatives, right? You've got the Lib Dems, right, and you've got Remain in UK, right? You've got so many tiny parties in the UK, right? But a lot of these, right, they've got seats, right? Multiple seats, right? The ones that have multiple seats, right? And they're not that big, right? They're going to back the remaining, the existing one. They're going to do some type of coalition government, Which, in my opinion, I think a coalition government just is not the same, because to me that just leads to collusion, right? I don't think coalition governments work. I think it's more or less it's basically a coalition. Coalition means that you're working together, right? You're working against the people.
Yes, the alliance that the people didn't vote for.
Personally, I think if I was president, I would just try to lead the country based on what the Bible tells me.
First of all, I would get out the planet the climate.
Like shoot. When I talk to the people of the country, bro, I'm pretty much gonna be holding that Bible every single time on that.
If I was president of America, I think I would leave the G7. I'd leave NATO, and I would leave NATO. I'd leave the WHO. I'd leave the WEF. I'd leave the UN, and I'd leave every single organization. I would keep our local partners, our local trade partners, but I would leave the G7. I personally believe the G7 is just a cult based on control thing. I would leave all. Of course, I would keep all our major treaties with our major allies, right? All our major treaties with our major allies, right? The ones that we want to keep, right? But mostly, I would get rid of. I don't think we really need. I don't think America really needs the G7, do we? Do they? They don't exactly need NATO, right? They don't exactly need the UN.
I mean, if a country's part of the G7, I think you're a big enough economy to sustain yourself anyway.
Yeah, I don't think we need we don't need the G. I don't think America needs the G7. I think the G7 should be disbanded. I think NATO should be disbanded. I think the UN should be disbanded. I think the World Health Organization should be disbanded. I think America should get out. I think if I was elected, I would leave NATO. I'd leave the WHO. I would class the WEF as a freaking illegal organization, a terrorist organization. Class the WEF as a terrorist organization. I would leave the WHO. I'd leave the WEF. I would leave NATO. I'd leave the G7. I'd maybe keep our local partners, right? I'll keep our trade deals with Canada. I'd keep our trade deals with other countries, right? Our trading blocks, right? I'd probably create my own trading block, right? Maybe not a trading block, but instead of doing like trading blocks, I would rather do private trade deals with other countries, right? The thing is, we're still clung to the European Union, right? What Britain needs to do is leave the European court system and create our own court system. We've got our own court system, and I think we should work on that, right? I think we should create our own court system. And I think we need to leave the EU court system. That's just me. So what else? So what other news is there going on in media? Is it true that Elon might be interested in buying Disney?
I'm not sure.
Neither do I.
I think he might be willing to take a stake in it. It's true that Elon wants Iger out of Disney, and I kind of agree with him. Iger needs to go. Disney, under his tenureship, right? They've lost money. There's rumors they want to buy. There's rumors they want to buy Electronic Arts. There's rumors they want to buy EA.
I wonder how much they're going to charge for the DLCs.
Oh, I mean, I heard that
they don't even have the money to fight. They don't even have the money to fund to buy Hulu, right?
They could just charge extra money.
I'm not exactly opposed to buying.
They still pay for that.
At first, I'm not 100% sure it's. At first, I wasn't 100% sure it's a good deal, but it's a good investment. But let's be real here. EA have a decent catalog of games, right? I think Ubisoft. I guess so, yeah. Am I the only one that thinks Ubisoft might be a better deal, or Take-Two?
I think I prefer Ubisoft.
I think Ubisoft would be a better deal, right? They buy them, right, and they get all their massive massive catalog of games, right, which they can put on Disney Plus. So not only do you get games, you get access to the latest Assassin's Creed. You get access to the latest. You get access to the latest Just Dance. You get access to the latest South Park game. You basically get access to all these really cool titles that we've got, right? Why else do you think? Why do you guys think that Microsoft bought Bethesda, right? Bought Activision, right? It wasn't for the game studios, right? It was for game to build out Game Pass. Now, why would they buy Netflix?
To merge the two together and to have people
Create
watching
an
movies
ultimate
like
streaming
games and vice
platform.
versa.
Create the ultimate platform. Create the ultimate streaming service.
Yeah.
You have the likes of gaming. You have gaming. You have movies. You have TV. Netflix also has a decent selection of anime as well. So effectively, you could create a good service. I think am I the only one that thinks that Paramount might get acquired by Apple? They're doing a deal with Apple right recently. They're trying to create a combined subscription or something like that with Apple. So
You're not gonna. Is there any good shows actually out?
out on
I
what?
have no idea.
Like,
Invincible was an interesting show, but it's no longer doing any episodes.
I think they're done with it. I think they're done with that season. There was like only 4 episodes, weren't there?
Yeah.
And in their third season, they're apparently that was the whole season, 4 episodes.
What?
Yeah. I don't think it's over. Invincible is still going on. It's just that I guess that was
Like, fuck me, why are they taking so long with that?
I don't know.
They lazy? They broke?
Maybe both.
Or just want to create.
Frozen can't be broke. They're $1 trillion company.
Who knows? Maybe they just want to create suspense. But I'm not gonna lie, bro. If the third season only has 4 episodes too, I'm gonna question.
Nah.
I'm gonna question that they're broke, but I may start asking questions.
Maybe they're trying to do quality over quantity. It'd be an interesting approach. Yeah. Who knows? I don't think Disney's going to survive. I personally think Disney's broke as fuck and they have no money. I can only see two ways for Disney. They either sell the entire company, or, well, yeah, they said Disney backtracked today. Backtracked on something, right?
I guess so, yeah.
They said they were going to sell off the Hotstar division in India, right? Instead, they've done a 40-50 adventure with Reliance Incorporation in Reliance Industries in India, right? You've heard of Reliance, right?
Maybe.
They're a major company in India, right? Let's just say that this. I think it's owned by the Adani Group or something like that. But yeah, they're a very rich family in India, right? Third or fourth richest man in the world, right? they did a deal with them, right? So instead of and they're going to merge like all the cricket and all the stuff that they got. They're going to merge the streaming platform into one platform, right? So they're going to have like Reliance and Star are going to merge into one platform, right? They're going to merge. Basically, they're going to have all of Reliance's the content that Reliance was able to take over from them, right? The cricket matches, their Bollywood movies and all that type of shit, right? So they're going to merge that together and they're going to create like a platform that's going to dominate in India. Basically, I think it's a way to basically say if they get a cat, they're going to get a cat. They're basically going to get a cash infusion. Reliance is going to take most of the control of that, right? They're going to take that off their hands, right? And Disney gets to keep a massive stake in it. It's basically just a way for them to basically flip responsibility of that platform over to Reliance, and basically it takes money off their balance sheet, losses off their balance sheet. They were only making 60 cents per subscriber, right? A month, right? In India, right? It just was not profitable for them. So what happened? Where do you see streaming going in the next 10 years? Do you think it's going to end up well, or do you think it's just going to go back to being like traditional cable?
Well, it's still going to go forward, but I think there's going to be elements of traditional cable implemented. So you could watch live television again, like we did when we were younger.
I think
Although,
it's going to come back to the point where I think Comcast. The reason why I'm invested in Comcast, right? I think Sky is going to play a major pivotal role, right? I think streaming mostly, right? I think everything with streaming, right, is still going to be around, right? I think everything's going to be lumped into one subscription, right? I think Sky is still going to be a major component.
Huh. You know, I'll be honest. I wonder if any streaming services are gonna make any cringe like shows where it's like, you have animated like, characters, but you have real life humans in the process. Like Fairly Odd Parents, Fairly Odder.
Yeah, I think their days of being cringe are over. Disney, they really need to get their shit together because I don't think they, as far as I'm concerned, the days of handing out free money to fucking entrepreneurs right now or streaming companies are over. It's time you show you're profitable. If not, you're going to basically lose everything.
True that.
Because I think that's the stage that BlackRock and these guys are at. You've got to show you're profitable. If you're not profitable, then we're pulling our funding.
Pretty much. I'll be honest. I'm 20. I'm 21 now. At this point, I could really care. I could really care about being a famous entrepreneur, man. I just want to live a. I just want to live a good, calm life. And hey, if I attract an audience who agrees with me, then so be it. I'd be questioning it every single day if it was from the devil. But for the most part, I'd be grateful.
Yeah.
If I can do something positive with that audience.
True.
I'll be honest. So when something good happens, I question is like, is it from God or is it from the devil? I question that all the time.
True. Everything's a distraction.
True.
Everything's an illusion.
Everything.
The world that you think you live is not what the real world is.
It's like
You're living in a fake world right now.
at the end of the day, it's like I know
I still think we are actually living in the Matrix, right? I personally believe that we're living in that we're actually a simulation right now.
yeah.
I'll be honest. What the only studio I would act for personally.
Yeah.
That's Angel Studio, man.
Angel. Who owns them? They're a private one, aren't they?
The ones who produced Sound of Freedom and The Chosen, yeah.
The thing with that is that they were backed by people that had links to the Clintons. I think it was like Slim or something like that, right? I think it was a Slim family, a Mexican family, right? A very wealthy person, right? Wealthy, right?
I think
they criticized Trump. Trump criticized him for some reason.
Apparently, they're crowd backed though.
They're crowd backed to an extent, but they still had a major guy, and that was the Slim family.
Bro.
So I've heard. But it was still a good movie. But it had financial backing from guys that donated to the Clintons. So you got to watch.
I'm not gonna lie, I really like the Shift movie, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna go back and rewatch it just because it's like, bro, I was with my friend and it's like
Sound of Freedom was a good movie though. I do remember watching that. I did enjoy that.
Yeah. I might watch Sound of Freedom and the Chosen, somewhere. I heard that like the people who are in charge of that is one person is an evangelical Christian and one person is a Mormon, or sorry, Latter-day Saint Christian.
Yeah.
So, they have similar beliefs, but the only difference is one believes one thing and the other believes that like there's a whole nother scripture, the Book of Mormon, which I read. It's pretty good. It's just not true. Love the book. Love the book though. Would never throw it away because it's a memory.
True. I question everything. The Matrix movies give you more give you more questions than answers.
Honestly, yeah, they true. Yeah, honestly, yeah, that's true. And I think it'd be pretty cool if we could make our own version of the Matrix.
We are in the Matrix right now. You work to make enough money just to survive, right? And then they tax you into death. And if you don't escape, and if you basically, It's as much as I'd like to say Andrew Tate is right. Anybody can be rich, right? I don't think that's actually necessarily true. To an extent, right? They control the money that much, right? I think there's a certain limit you can get up to before you actually have to fucking become one of them. Maybe that's just me, but I think you can become rich, but you there?
Nope, he just skadoosh vanished out of nowhere.
But do you think there's a limit to how much you can earn before you actually have to actually have to pick a side?
Yeah.
Do you think it's a millionaire? Do you think it's a millionaire? Do you think it's 10 million, 100 millionaire? Who knows? Who knows? Anything else you want to say, or do you want to end it here?
I think that's it for now.
No problem.